Yo, yo, everybody. You guys are going to give me a couple minutes today. I may have lost my Mario RPG save, and I'll explain why here in a second. But I'm seeing if I can find a way around that. So if you guys will bear with me, see what I can find, see if I can resolve this issue. Yeah, I think I might be able to fix it. I think we might be okay. Clearly, it took me a little bit by surprise. So like I said, I'll explain exactly what happened here shortly. It is actually kind of interesting. All right. We'll see if this solves the problem. It's going to be kind of a shortcut to fix it. No, this isn't the worst situation in the world. We can recover from this. So give me 1 sec while I fix the stream to show the game. We should be okay, but let's just make 100% sure here. My friend, good to see you, sir. Okay, that's all set up. See my chat, see the video. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, so what has happened, you'll notice that my character is kind of in a slightly different position than he was last time. I've got different people in my party, I've got different equipment. It's because I've had to, as an emergency, grab somebody else's save file, basically. If you're playing with an emulator, what you'll find will happen if you load a save state, it will overwrite the actual save that you have on the file. So what happened is yesterday when we were playing, I didn't save state when we finished, I just saved at one of the save boxes. Today, thinking that I save stated, I loaded it, and it wiped out my old file. That's cool, Jaden. I might be able to play it on Wednesday next week if we start early. So as sort of a shorthand solution, what I've gone ahead and done is found somebody who had a save state loaded that was at this part of the game and borrowed their save state. So I'm not quite sure what everybody has so far. I didn't do very many side quests yesterday, but we should be able to catch up here and recover from this problem. And let's just out of curiosity, I think that he's actually slightly higher. Coin trick doubles the coins you win in battle. He does have the screwed ring, but I don't believe he has the attack scarf. So I'm going to be trying to get. Yeah, let's take that. I'm going to be making a good effort to get the 30 super jumps again, so we can get that back since we've lost it. And I don't think he's got the bright card to go into the, no he does not. To go into the, casino. This is kind of a surprise boss fight. Now we're getting excited again. We're hoping against hope that I'm able to get 30 super jumps at some point so we can earn the attack scarf back. We did actually earn it legitimately yesterday when we were fighting Yuridovich. Can't poison them. Dodge from Peach there. We got another round coming here. We've had trouble with people getting put to sleep in the past. It's a very difficult ability to dodge. And I can never tell when it says miss if that's because I did in fact dodge it correctly. Okay, good. We want them to be physically striking us, that's when we'll wake people up when they're asleep. I wonder if Drain is a mistranslation. I mean, clearly it doesn't actually take any health from you. Maybe it would just be a false expectation from playing Final Fantasy games, right? Use the Crusher. I think that's actually quite a good ability for the cost. If we can time it correctly. Not there. Alright. We're on the boss proper. I don't know if it's actually warrants a group hug yet, but we'll go ahead and use it just in case. The Yakuya attack right there. Well, that's tough. Let's group hug first so that we don't get killed. Which fortunately also acts as an able juice, bringing Mario back from being a mushroom. So I think that was a good choice. pretty good overall. We'll use Comeback with Peach, assuming no one's in mortal danger here when we get to her turn. Might not be the case after a Flame Wall. I think we're okay to use Comeback. People tell me press it right before the star hits Bowser. Ah, okay, got the timing that time. It's my first time getting it. Huzzah! And that's what gets him full health. Spinny, spinny. That's okay. That's what we wanted to happen. Okay. Better situation now. We don't want that to be used on Peach. She's the one who's able to kind of heal the whole party when she has the PP to do it. There we go, got it that time. Didn't do a lot of damage though. Super Jump's not so great in this guy either. We're fortunate that that did not kill Mario or Peach. We're gonna keep doing Super Jump. We want to get those 30 again so we can get the attack scarf. Very difficult attack to dodge, to be honest. I think Group Hug is probably overkill at this point. That didn't hurt that bad. We'll go ahead and Group Hug now. It's not that expensive. Maybe from here we'll just go to regular attacks. That was pretty hard. No, I have no interest in using Geno. Geno's cool, but this is my party, man. It's okay for people to have different tastes. Wow. I think it's Peach's turn, huh? Alright, so I can't have him attack, but instead I'm going to use another maple syrup. Now, I feel like I had significantly more flowers previously when I had this old save point, so... Or it could just be the things that I'm using are expensive. Smilax has been whacked. Took everyone out of Nimbus land. It's a seed. Yes, let's take it. That seed's going to be important soon. I believe at some point we're going to take a quick tour. We're going to roll back to some of the earlier areas, just kind of get a sense of what's going on with this save file. Okay. Okay. Now I think I have to get to Nimbus land proper in order to be able to just exit the map and go around the world, so I'm going to try to do that. I like the fat one. Heavy Trooper. these are like dudes in costumes, right? You can kind of see their eyes there. Huh. What do you get? What do you get? Attack up. That's cool. Take it. Not the number we're looking for. Try to kill this guy before he launches. Here we go. Not quite enough. It's only 19. Cool. Got it. This reminds me of the bar jumping sequence from Final Fantasy VII. Welcome, Tits and Grits. Are you a fan of Super Mario RPG? Whoops. Sure, Jade. Excellent. I asked a lot of people this is, I know that Super Mario RPG was a lot of people's first RPG. They just knew what Mario was, saw RPG, and said, what the hell is that? And tried it out and enjoyed it. Was it also your first RPG? Or had you played like Final Fantasy or Earthbound or something like that beforehand? I'm not going to make that happen again. This is a much bigger pain than I was making it look. Ah, very good. Yeah, I haven't played it in quite a while as well. Also in that boat. Yeah, like I said, that first time I just jumped onto it, everything was great. Like, that's not going to happen again. I got greedy. Ah, very good. Yeah. Earthbound was my first one. I rented it because of the big box. Then I picked up Final Fantasy II. Or 4, I guess it's known now. And I remember, this is funny, I got all my games from, what do you call it, Blockbuster. And my friend, who also was into Earthbound, I was like, hey man, there's this other RPG you should check out. It's called Final Fantasy, you should go and rent it. And he's like, cool. So he went and rented it, but he rented 6, known as 3 in the US. So I was asking him, like, okay, did you get the right game? Because what he was describing did not sound like what was happening in Final Fantasy IV. He's like, oh, there's like a cat on the cover. And on the cover of the Final Fantasy III cartridge, there's like a Moogle, kind of looks like a cat. I thought he was talking about Golbez, whose sprite kind of looks like a cat. Your computer crashed again? Okay, thanks, Jade, and I'll take a look and see if I can fix it later. Anyway, long story short, he got a different game. He got 6. It's my favorite Final Fantasy these days. Oh, okay, very good. Do I get a similar benefit if I kill this dude? Because that would be nice. Didn't think so. Yeah, man. Little did I know when I was yelling at my friend for getting the wrong game that he was playing my all-time favorite RPG. No, they don't. Well, have you played Bravely Default for the 3DS? That's the first one I've played in a long time. That kind of gave me that feeling that I got from Final Fantasy VI. Like, it's certainly not Final Fantasy VI, but it's one of the first JRPGs that I feel has innovated on the JRPG formula. actually, I'm impressed since it had nothing to do with Hironobu Sakaguchi, the Final Fantasy creator. Yeah, I hear that, and unfortunately for me, it's something I'd like to stream eventually. But 3DS capture kits they're more expensive than 3DSs. They're like $300, $400. It is 3DS only, but it's certainly something to look forward to. Like, I don't say that lightly, that it's a good modern JRPG. I played a lot of very bad modern JRPGs, but Bravely Default does a lot. It's very good. It's a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy. The jobs are like White Mage, Black Mage, Monk, you know, Dark Knight, all that fun stuff. I'm gonna try to do this jump one more time, and I'm just gonna call it. Yeah, we're not bothering with that anymore. We're moving on with our lives. I think it's just a frog coin, which I have an excess of, so. Yeah, but God's willing, I guess eventually I'll get a 3DS capture card, and once I've done that, I'll stream it. If you haven't picked up a 3DS yet, as has been the case with like the last, I don't know, the Game Boy Advance, the DS, the Wii, and the Wii U have all been systems that are a very bad idea to buy when they first launch because they don't have a good population of games. But now the 3DS has a very good backlog of excellent games beyond just Bravely Default. So if you're going to purchase one, you've waited just the long amount of time that you needed to wait. There's a new model that came out today, I think. Be a prudent investment. That is Prince Mallow right there. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I haven't heard of that. What system is it for? What a coincidence, there's a prince with the same name as me in this town filled with cloud people. Gives little kids playing Mario RPG for the first time an aneurysm everywhere. Doesn't one of these have a... yeah, I thought so. Isn't that suspicious? No, okay. Oh, cool. Let me click on that so I can save it and take a look at it. Even Steam has great JRPGs. Cool. Thank you. So I'm not going to sit and just look at the details here while I'm streaming, but like who made it? Is it somebody I should know? Developer I should know of? Glove, Orphan, Sticky Glove, let's get these fuzzy items. Now let's equip stuff. Yep, upgrade, leave that alone. Upgrades all around. That's looking good. Oh, true form pin, really? Why don't we go with the zoom shoes, man? Now, I guess I see making it so that you know, true form, all that does is make sure that she can attack, and I really don't care about Peach being able to attack, to be perfectly honest. Might be the one thing I am least interested in having her do. Try to keep her from getting silenced, that would be good. I think I'm okay with everything else I've got. Thanks, Cloud Dude. Neon Falcon. I wonder if it's so there's this new kind of class of video games, right, that are being made by developers that grew up with video games and are, I wonder if Nihon Falcon is in fact a Japanese company or if it's an American, company that's trying to make a JRPG-like game. Sure, why not? Sure. Looks pretty weird. Oh man. Tortimer and Co. I remember one of those dreams being kind of important. Right on. Well, I'll look into it. That's very cool. Thank you for sharing it. While I briefly had it up on the screen, I saw some reviews saying it's a very good game. So, I'm always looking out for new and good JRPGs. You're right. They certainly don't make them like they used to. Even the spiritual successors to Mario RPG, like the Paper Mario games and the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga games, they're good, but they don't quite capture the magic of this one. Square has nothing to do with them. We're a bus. Oh yeah, that'd be tough. I'm gonna do a Zelda marathon on here. I'm gonna do the Zelda games in chronological order. So we'll start with I guess Skyward Sword is the first one in the official timeline. Yeah, I envision that being very difficult. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for the NES. Actually, any NES RPG is very, very difficult. They kind of demand some grinding. What you could do, you could pick up like the Game Boy Advance remake of Final Fantasy 1. They've tweaked the numbers in that. It's quite a bit more tolerable. If I were to do a Final Fantasy marathon, I'd probably start with the Game Boy Advance title, the remake. It's a little cleaner. They fixed some of the frustrations from, like Final Fantasy 1, for example. If you had 4 enemies on the screen and you attacked enemy number 1, you had like everybody queued up to attack enemy number 1, and enemy 1 died. The other 3 party members would just hit air instead of automatically retargeting another enemy. So I think the Game Boy Advance remake fixes that. Oh yeah. Whoa. Mallow's pissed. Yeah, it's still way harder than the other ones. They've got a much better sense of what the difficulty curve should be like, I think. That's one thing as a kid, I was fine with grinding in games, but there's so many JRPGs that just demand grinding. Yeah, I don't like games. That's why I like Earthbound, Mario RPG. I feel like they have a decent difficulty curve. But some of those games, like 6, you can get to a point where you just steamroll everything, one-shot all the bosses, all that stuff. That's where the Royal Bus is. Alright, so we're going to take a quick tour back to some of the earlier maps. I'm going to try to keep it under 15 minutes or so. I do own this game on cartridge and on Virtual Console. I'm playing it on an emulator just for convenience. And the inconvenience of emulators reared its ugly head again today. I tried to load my save state. I didn't realize that when you load a save state, it overwrites the hard save that I just did right there. And I hadn't save stated yesterday when I finished playing. So, long story short, it overwrote my game save. I'm kind of having to start over. So whoever had played this save file previously. I figured this out about 3 minutes before my stream started, so I went online and found someone who had a save file close to where I was, and it looks like they didn't get this key. Yeah, the key falls down if you talk to the thwomp enough times. Which is probably good. Tits and Grits, are you going to stop at 10? 12's not too bad. I mean, it's it feels more like well, it is the Final Fantasy Tactics universe, but keys are in Rose Town. Well, that clearly is part of the problem here. This save file has found significantly fewer items you need. Now, does he have the quest? I wonder. Oh, very good. 10, 12, 13. I regret not getting very far in 13. I couldn't get over not having Uematsu on the soundtrack and not having Sakaguchi as the producer. I think I should be able to just man up and do it. I have the copies. Really? Hey, Okega and Bob, how's it going? Alright, so one of these is from Yoistra Isle, one of them's from Rose Town, and the other one is, yeah. The other one is Mario's Bed. It's not. I've been doing it for 30 minutes. Did it show up late or something, Okega? You should probably know this if there's a problem. Yeah, the way people who like 13 have described it to me, they've said if you go into it pretending like it's not a Final Fantasy game, you'll enjoy it much more. It's just same thing with like Chrono Cross. If you pretend like it's not a sequel to Chrono Trigger, it's a good game. There's all the flags. There was something else I wanted to do. I got the temple key now. I guess I can go try to do that. Let's see. What other things is it possible that this person did not do? Huh. Weird. No, I've been at it for about 30 minutes. Let me refresh again, make sure it's actually displaying. Yeah, I don't have a PS4 either. I'll probably be forced to buy one for Kingdom Hearts. To be honest. I did see one of the trailers for Final Fantasy 15 was pretty crazy. It's like, it looks like it's just these bros driving around in a car and like fighting monsters. Oh, I see, Okega. Hey, Brum! What's up, dude? You a fan of Mario RPG? Yes. Okay. I think we can move along. I don't really think there's anything else. There's probably some flowers missing, but we can live with it. Alright, we're gonna go back to get the reward for doing this. To re-earn our tax scarf, and if you just join and don't know why, I'll explain that in about 30 minutes. Thanks, guys. It gave me something new. Oh, ghost metal. Raises defense while attacking. Well, we want the experience booster, so. We'll just hold on to that. I guess we could go back and get the temple key, take care of that part. I think we can do that if we just go back this way. Get some more flower points. We're gonna need those. Bellamy Temple. Yeah, this is the first console generation where I'm like almost completely uninterested. Well, except for the Wii U. The Wii U is doing something unique that you can't get on the PC, but it's the first time that you know, there's nothing really exclusive for the consoles. It's really exciting. I guess Kingdom Hearts for PS4. If Mass Effect is console exclusive again, that might inspire me to go back to consoles. But for now, I'll stick with my old consoles and my PC. That certainly helps. That's a lot of flowers that I didn't have. Okay. Let's go see if that dude is out there who sells stars. So I can see, make sure we have enough money for it first. We don't, but can we get it quickly, I wonder. Let's see if this just lets me go back to Monster Town. Okay, it does. Moving on with the plot. Why did he make a statue of Mallow looking pissed off? Where do we end in number 3? Thank you, Tits and Grits, for following. We made it to back to Saturn Valley, and we're still in the volcano right now. We haven't made it through the volcano. I had to backtrack to go save. Tits and Grits, I don't know if you're still in chat, but you have the honor of being my 50th follower. Huzzah. Get a 10% off coupon for toiletries. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Oh god. There's a mini game here, isn't there? It's been a while. Plumber's Lament. Observe the thick mustache, the sad, innocent smile. The sideburns conveying his blue-collar roots. Uh-huh. Imagine the universe where we didn't take a Japanese game about Arab mythology called Doki Doki Panic and turn it into Super Mario Bros. 2. There's so much in the Mario canon that is only there because of Super Mario Bros. 2 USA being a different game in Japan. Shy Guys, we're gonna fight Birdo soon. It's a Mario 2 fight. Chill out, Dodo. Life is pain, I know. This isn't gonna last long. Uh-oh. Oh, this is okay, so the minigame is Dodo is hitting the statues with his beak. You have to jump so he doesn't strike you. He just moves along. I think he fakes you out at one point. We kinda did it, let's be honest. We didn't do that great. Gave it to us though. Feather any good? Probably not. Yeah. Well, let's see what it does. Speed. Oh, perhaps. The Zoom shoes are speed up by 10. Yeah. If we're gonna use Zoom shoes, we should use the feather. Let's be real. Exhausted. Get on the statue pedestal. There we go. Oh shit. Typically not. Later, dudes. Oh, I thought they were gonna fight me. This is like a dungeon. Purposing. Oh, awesome, Ryan. I'll be on that again next week for sure. I know he has a very sharp limit on how many people he can fit on the server, but let's get cool people on there. What's up, Korean Usher? You a fan of Mario RPG? That was pretty bad. Ah, game. Cool, man. Yeah, the goal in that game, of course. Sorry, I have to concentrate on super jumping. The goal is really to finish all the quests so you go into build mode and just be creative and make stuff. I'm hoping that when we play next week on Generous Server that the fixes he posted Oh, I was wondering why I was getting blown all around. I forgot about the fan. Fixes he posed to keep me from crashing so frequently. Oh, I was trying to pull yesterday whether the text was legible. I made some tweaks to it today, so if you notice that the text on the actual stream is easier to read or not as easy to read, let me know. It's mostly there so that if someone goes back and watches the VOD, that it doesn't sound like I'm just talking to myself, you know. Pretty sure we met this guy in Monster Town before we actually fought one of him. Now I wonder if we can cheat our way up top. We'll try. That was a harder one to dodge. It's okay. Hey, noob! See if we can do this. Not much, man, not much. No. Try that again. Whoops. No. Oh man, even while defending. Okay, come on. Big money. Oh, they specifically keep you from doing it. Normally you can jump on enemies' heads right after you run off away from them, and you can get up higher than you normally can. But it looks like they've specifically gone out of the way to prevent that. You guys will appreciate this. I got this cool Fan Gamer polo. It's got the Kraken on it from Earthbound. It's very, very subtle. Back, Jaden. Alright, so we gotta go up there the long way is what we've just learned. We don't want to go down, that's right the entrance. Peach plus Bowser should be enough to finish it off, I would think. Wow, yeah. Next game, next fight, let's do group hug. Damn, Jaden, that's cold. You're cold, buddy. Hi, liar. Jeez. You don't mess around. Yeah, I got that at PAX this year. I was like, oh god, I need to buy that. $38. Now a few more of you are in chat. I started stream today, and I hit load save state, right? Because I assumed that yesterday when we finished streaming that I had used save state to save the game. Turns out I didn't. The only way that I saved was by using by using the save blocks in the game. And the way emulators work, if you load a save state, it immediately overwrites your actual save file that you have in the same folder. So again, to keep a long story short, it meant that I had to start. I would have had to have started over from like the Yuridovich fight. This happened about 2 minutes before stream started. So thinking fast, I googled Super Mario RPG save states, found somebody else's save state that was in Bean Valley, and loaded it up. Oh yeah, Jay? Friend zone has a slightly different meaning on the internet. It's like your crouch dance. Right, spinny, spinny! Go, go, go! Yeah, but as a result, like, I didn't have the attack scarf anymore. Because whoever made this save file didn't earn it. Ah, lame. That was on me. That's on you, Mario. He has so few flower points too. They kind of look like the black mages, a little different. Oh, I hope Jinro jumps on later. You know, I always load VODs of these streams. If you go on YouTube, you can see a recording of everything we've done on here. One of the things we did was Starbound this Wednesday. And Jinra's already done all the quests, so he didn't want to like make all the quests too easy. He just followed us around as a bard playing music, because you can play instruments in that game. One of the songs he was playing was Moonlight Sonata, Piano Sonata number 19 by Beethoven, and YouTube flagged it as a copyright violation. They said it was claimed content, and I disputed. I was like, dudes, I think I would guess that Moonlight Sonata is in the public domain, as it was written in like 1802. And they took it down, or they removed the dispute. It's goofy, man. Hooray, Jaden, you were right. I don't poll anymore for which one I should do, because Jaden always answers first and he always says middle, so I may as well just pick middle. I find the super jumping is easier to do if the enemy is further down to the right, so you can see Mario's whole jump. Although I still don't know if I'm really doing that visually or if I'm doing it based on like audio cues from the music. Because I tend to do much better with the super jump timing if I'm on like the Smithy boss music, not like the regular boss or battle music we're hearing now or other boss music. I wish those would hit everybody, though. Let's definitely try to poison these dudes. That's a lot of guys. Oh, you've never seen Mario RPG before? What a delight. Mario's all DPS. Bowser's pretty tanky. Peach is clearly like your white mage. There are two other party members that I'll show you after this to kind of give you an idea. There's 5 party members and you pick 3 of them. But Mario has to be in your party no matter what. I'm surprised jump works on that guy. It's a big fork sticking out. I'm really excited to have someone in chat who hasn't played Mario RPG. So the core mechanic with this is every attack that both your party does, as well as every attack that enemies do, has a timing component, sort of like the rhythm system in Mother 3. If you press the button at the correct time, you get a bonus. Hey, Sneakers! Most of them are limited to a one-time thing. Super jump is a rare exception where you can super jump as many times as you can time the button press. But like whenever enemies attack you, there's a particular moment where you have a few frames to press a button to resist damage. If you see one of the characters cover their head like this, that means I pressed the button at the right time. If they get attacked like this, that means I fucked it up. Really? Awesome, Ryan. Well, I mean, watch me play it, but you should play it too. It's a cool game. That's why it doesn't only need coins. Yeah, the timing component's pretty cool. Now, my understanding is that the timing component makes this pretty interesting to watch people do speedruns of this game, because you get a better result the closer to frame perfect you are. You know, if you press the button at exactly the right moment, you take 0 damage. So there's very little randomness to this game. Yeah, it is Friday. Oh, damn, girl. So I can save that Energizer for the Axum Rangers fight. Okay, we're gonna go in there last. Let's see here. Probably same, but well, that's probably coming from the other way. Whoops. Goodly dodge. See, it's not random battles, like I decide who I do and do not fight. Alright, here we go. This has become standard trivia that most people into gaming know, but you know, Super Mario Bros. 2 that we all know in the United States was not Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. In Japan, the sequel to Mario Bros. Is the game we know as Lost Levels that got released with Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. Instead, they took a game from Japan called Doki Doki Panic. Doki Doki is like the onomatopoeia for a heartbeat, like ba-bum, ba-bum, Doki Doki. Anyway, it was this game that was like set in Arabian mythology, and like you played as a family. It's like a dad, a wife, a son, and a brother. And when they released it in America, they just rebranded it. They made the dad into Mario, they made the son into the different characters, and so on. So a lot of those characters that were originally from Doki Doki Panic, this unrelated Japanese game, are now forever associated with Mario Brothers because of that release in the USA. This is one of them you're going to see once I hatch this egg, you'll recognize the character. Although it's named incorrectly, it says the name is Shelly. And actually, the rebranding of Doki Doki Panic in America was so popular that they re-released the American version of the game with the Mario sprites in Japan and called it Super Mario USA. Yeah, see, Birdo technically isn't a Mario character. Birdo is a Doki Doki Panic character, but ever since they did that US release, it's been a Mario character. still got a few days to go, I think, before we beat Mario RPG. We'll get pretty far today, but we're not going to get too close to beating it. So votes are coming up as to what game to play next once we beat Mario RPG. On my Twitch page, if you scroll down under upcoming games or games, there's a link where you can vote on which game or series you want to see next. Right now I think Zelda is winning, and if I did Zelda, what I want to do is a chronological playthrough of Zelda. So start with, there's an official timeline that they finally put out. Start with the earliest game, which is Skyward Sword, and play through them in chronological order until the timeline split. So I think we should be able to do that. We'll do everything except probably the DS games, unless I can get my hands on a capture card. If you want to see something other than Zelda next, go ahead and vote. I think the number 2 voted thing is, I want to say Chrono Trigger? Either Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI. And then the idea is that for the Mother 3 time slot, when we beat Mother 3, I'll blind play another game. Something I've never played before, so we're not just playing games that I've played a million times and know everything about. Definitely want to do Mother 4 when it comes out, but I don't think that's until later this year. I'm not sure what to do next after Mother 3, to be honest. I haven't thought about it too much. Plenty of options, but... Okay, so Peach should not attack. Damn, man. Hurts. So in that case, if you hear that little chime sound, that means that I pressed the button at the right time and Peach healed for slightly more health. Is therapy cheaper at least? Yeah, it is. Slightly. How much? Thank you. Actually, I might do, after Mother 3, I might do Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, which is a PSP game. It takes place before Final Fantasy VII, and you play as Zack, who is the the character that Cloud spends 80% of Final Fantasy VII mistakenly thinking that he is. So I've played like the first hour of that game. I never played much further than that. That might be a cool one to play on stream, though. It's an action RPG. Yeah, I might do Crisis Core. I'm excited. Everybody was like, man, my favorite Final Fantasy character is Cloud. I'm like, really? Cloud? I thought like the whole point of Cloud is that he's not a character. He thinks he's somebody else for 90% of the game. Zack's pretty cool though. See, this makes me suspicious that there's something on top of that chest. And there is, at last! I've jumped on every chest so far. And finally got one that actually had something in there. Eat it, game! Uh-huh. Are we gonna do the charge thing again? Right. Poor Bowser. We'll get it, dude. It's okay, Bowser. I'm gonna do Okami on here eventually. I might wait until I've got 3 2-hour blocks. Okami's a very long game. It's like a 60 to 80 hour game, so that would... it might take a very long time to beat it. Yeah, until I can expand the number of blocks we have on here, I'm going to try to stick to games that I can reasonably beat in like about the amount of time as Earthbound. That's what that does. That's the one we don't want to see. What's up, Landon B? You a Mario RPG fan? Yeah, she's silenced. It's cool, we'll heal next battle. Let's see if we can take out some of these dudes. Spinny, spinny. Alright, we got all of them. Good. Yeah, you run away. Mario. Ultra Flame. I don't know if I'll ever use the fireball attacks. Very good. Hey, thank you for following. Good to have you. When did you first play it? The question I've asked I think is interesting when people join. Was Mario RPG your first RPG? I know a lot of people who they saw Mario, they like Mario, they didn't know what the hell RPG meant, and then they found out. In my case, I had played Earthbound and Final Fantasy first, so I was super stoked as a kid when I heard they were making an RPG out of it. Save. Oh, maybe it's back here. No, it's fine. Get lucky. Ryan, I just saw on Steam that you hopped on Starbound. Are you playing on a generous server? Oh. I think it's down here, yeah? That's so. Alright. Now we're prepared. Now we're ready. Just for funsies, how much double... That applies to everybody, everyone gets experience. Another game I might do as a blind playthrough is, was it Ni no Kuni? A new kind of cel-shaded JRPG. I hear that's a really cool game. I haven't played it before though. Definitely got Blue Dragon on the list. We can kill them before they launch. They're going to be pretty susceptible to super jump. Once again, defensive. 1, 5, 10, 15, let's go. Huzzah! Alright. What is a Mario? I mean, you got a statue of one! I'm readying my kitty you done fucked up now spray. He's, standing right outside of you with the camera again. Pushing his luck over here. Hey Ben, can I help you? Chill out, Dodo. That's me. Jumpin' dude. Jumpman. Way to go, Mallow. Man, they loud. That's cool, guys. Let's get it. Alright, how are we doing on flowers? Yeah, let's just take care of that. I'm not gonna have a lot for the boss fight though. No, that's fine. Looks like I need some of the royal syrups. Whoever's save this was, very, very briefly, I started streaming today and realized I lost my save from yesterday, so I had to borrow somebody else's save. Whoever saved this was, they didn't get very many flowers. I run out of FP very quickly. That's right, the monster's stunned. Nicely done, Peach. Is it just a feature of the fan that occasionally happens? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, no, it's just their deal. You hit them. Pretty sure the 16th jump is when you need to be able to do it within like a frame or two of tolerance. It's almost always when I start missing them. Hey Dr. Weird, welcome. You a big Mario RPG fan? I'm gonna try to get this dude right under the... Oh, that'll work too. Can I get... No, I can't. I thought maybe I could. I think you can, actually. That's okay. We'll fight him for real. Ouch. 2. Yep, 16 again. Oh man, I'm surprised she's still alive. That's cool. Therapy it up. What's up, Alfred Volcano? Get that Dodo. 3. Yep. .26, not too bad. Even worth her attacking. No, she's not too bad. She can be much worse. And... Later, Dodo. Yeah, I think you can, like, hit him with the star. Whoop! No! Give me those chests! Ah! I ain't even trying to hear that. Let me bathe in the hot springs, you jerks. Okay, cool. Well, this is good because we want to go buy some more supplies. We want to sell some of our extra crap that we don't care about. Tubby. The people of Cloud City are pretty dumb. I mean, and it I think it's just all of them, because Mallow's like, huh, there's someone else here who is named Mallow. What do you know? Am I not going to get a chance to heal? Okay. That's fine. I'll roll with it. Her chest is a little absurd. Oh, now that's on the list of things I ain't trying to hear. That was like the worst person he could have taken away from the battle. We might die just because of what happened here. I might be able to sub her out for Bowser next time we try this. Yeah. Game over. That's cool. We don't really lose much for a game over in this. So what should we do differently? I guess when we get kicked out, instead of going into town... Or, yeah, instead of going straight into town, we should, like, leave, go to Monster Town, pick some stuff up, change the order of the party members. I'm pretty sure he always grabs the person in the middle of your party, so me having that be Peach was a terrible decision. Why don't you get rid of my white mage? Seems to be the correct way to do this. I'm pretty sure there's no death penalty in this game. Might lose some coins or something, but do we really care about that? We dodged it. This might give us another stab at the star. Gino. Probably health? No, magic tap. Oh yeah, we get another stab at the star. We'll go ahead and super jump this time. What's up, High Riser? Welcome. I'm gonna go with magic. Oh, we do get another try at it. Alright, so... try to get Dodo this time, assuming he's still in the hall. Alright! This time, not going right back into town. We're gonna pick up some stuff, we're gonna move our party around. We're gonna hope that it is actually not randomly generated which party member Dodo steals. Sure, whatever. How did I spot you? I've got an IRC client that shows me joins and parts. You are welcome to lurk if you like. Alright, let's get some maple syrups. No, we're full. Let's sell some of our crap that we don't need. We really don't need able juices, because we know that Peach can do that. We don't need quite so many pick-me-ups because Peach can do that. Crystalline. Okay. Witchcraft, yes, basically. I should have just said that. How did you spot me? Fell magics. Dark wings. Alright, let's give this another try. Yeah. Actually, let's be extra careful and actually move our characters around so that we don't run into a repeat of last time. Okay. Now watch it be random and he grabs Peach anyway. Cool, man. Thank you. Good to have you here. You a fan of Mario RPG? Cloud people, lots of opinions. Yep. Cool. She looks like she's sitting on like a banana. Okay. Take Bowser. Take Bowser. There we go. Nice. Alright. Yeah, that's some props, man. So I don't think I was privy enough with games. This is before internet access was super easy to come by, to follow release dates. So I'm pretty sure the way I discovered games most of the time was to go to Blockbuster, look down the aisle, I saw Super Mario RPG and said, "Oh, RPG, I love RPGs, and I love Super Mario. I like gold, I like showers." You know, but yeah, release day hype wasn't a thing for me back in the day. Do you follow it in like Nintendo Power or something? Because that would be your other way to know about a game. You got the power. Get it, man, you don't win at me. There we go, that's what we want to happen. Super jump. Oh, we forgot to grab our attack scarf. Remind me when we're not up to other stuff to go back to Monster Town and pick it up, since we earned it. Really? Nintendo, did you have to make her boobs jiggle when you attack her? It's okay, we still have a ways to go. I guess I'm okay with that as long as there's a male character who has jiggly balls or something when you attack them. As long as it's equal. Sexualize everybody. The parrot on her head looks like the parrot from Donkey Kong Country. The name escapes me at the moment. Do a 100% playthrough like Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, so like, Who, when you're beating the crap out of them, shimmies their chest when you attack them? Other than Valentina, apparently. Alright, Peach, you're on group hug duty. Alright, we have to be careful though, because we're running out of PP. FP. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that with, whatchamacallit, Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U. Like, they actually do a pretty good job with the Nintendo characters. I'm sure it was because Nintendo told them, you know, please don't take Zelda and Sheik and any of these female characters and overly sexualize them. But the villain of that game is embarrassing. And that's probably Team Ninja's fault. Spoiler alert if you haven't played Hyrule Warriors. Not that if you were to play it, I'm sure you would be playing it for the story. But yeah, spoiler alert, the reason the villain is, like, evil is because she has the hots for Link, and Link won't get with her. Yeah, probably. I say good on Nintendo for that. Like, there's room for it. I mean, that kind of, it's a character trope. It's okay to have a sexualized character, but when it's always women every single time, I think that's silly. Spread the love. I mean, Final Fantasy VII spreads the love. You got those wrestling dudes in Wall Market do the squats. Ooh. Guessing Peach is about to die. Yeah. Oh, is that game over? No, I think they get up eventually. Maybe that's why we should go with a true form pin. Yeah, I might die because of that. We'll see if one of them gets up before they run out of health, but... we might need to give Peach a true form pin. That way she'll be immune to that and she can use group hug to pull everybody else out of it. Hey, Robin. Okay, lucky us. Holy crap, we're almost dead too. We gotta get Peach up. Well, I think that this is acceptable where we're sitting right now. Guess I could use a crystalline. People are probably gonna die. Let's just super jump. Let's hope we're getting closer to taking out Valentina. Cool, man. Do you remember me playing this game, Robin? Robin's my younger sister. She is a hairstylist. If you are in Columbus, Ohio, and need a haircut at a reasonable price, talk to my sister Robin. Robin, I'll know that I've been successful on Twitch when I actually get you a referral off this. Someone actually happens to be living in Columbus. Gotta happen eventually, right? That is exactly what this is. It's made by Squaresoft, which are the people who made Final Fantasy. that's not good. Well, do we wait and hope? We got all these crystallines. Let's use one. Hopefully one of them will do a physical attack against Peach so that she's not still asleep. I might want to hold on to just like 1 or 2 able juices. It's the item that removes status effects. Wrong person. Yes, sir. Later, Valentina. Went pretty well, given we came pretty close to a total party wipe there when she turned A-Buddy into a mushroom. Yeah, Mario. 19. Looks like it's health. So heads up, we're swapping to Mother 3 in 30 minutes. Yeah. Or we could just, you know, do what Bowser wanted to do and like knock down the door. It's clever. Remember, Mallow has the power to cause rainstorms when he cries, so Mario knows he's about to. Preempts it. So what is the pink thing on his head? Is it like, does he have like a mohawk? They just have little tufts of hair. They all have little hair pieces like that. I say! What's up, King Nimbus? Queen Nimbus. Okay, so Nimbus is your last name. So it's Toadstool. This was, I think this is the last game where they called her Toadstool instead of Peach primarily. Mario. Sure, dog. That's me. Sure, dude. Ah! Oh, I love the little emotes that they have in these games. He looks like Milton from Office Space. That's Star Road. Volcano is a pretty hard part of the game. The Czar dragons from Super Mario World is pretty tough. Axum Rangers are tough. Hinopio. Let's do it, Mallow. Sure. Okay, now we're gonna get in. It just doesn't do anything now? Oh, now it's okay. It's like, how does that work? Can I get those again? There's a way to get those. We're gonna go take the Mallow's royalty. No, there really wasn't. You guys are all kind of dumb for thinking he was. Be careful not to, on purpose, fall into the volcano. We have these in Mother 3 as well. Alright, so we don't want to go in the volcano just yet. We want to see if we can take the royal bus. Because I think the royal bus is how we get those items we fell through before that we saw. Oh, and let's go get our attack scarf. Also undergoing repairs. Man, I ain't even trying to hear about no repairs. Alright. Go Monstro Town. Way to go, Mario. Normally, I will take responsibility. There's a phrase you're gonna hear me use a lot in this stream from Super Smash Brothers community. It's called "No Johns." It basically means no excuses. It comes from this guy, I guess, who was playing Smash Brothers, who whenever he would lose, he would always make an excuse like, "Oh, my controller wasn't working," or "I can't play with Rumble turned on." No Johns. Thanks, dude. Alright, we'll have Peach use the experience booster. That's cool. Definitely want that attack scarf. It makes a pretty big difference. It's been sealed. Oh man. I don't think we're quite ready for the third Jinx fight yet, although we might have to fight him all 3 times. I don't think the person in the save file carried on with that at length. Once again, we're gonna go to Moleville. See if we can get those fireworks. We gotta get a carbo cookie. What you got? Out of inventory. I've done 100 before. I'm probably not going to do it on emulator for a couple of reasons. I've got a wireless controller, so there's a little bit of latency. Also, it's on an emulator, which means it's the sync is slightly off. If I were to seriously attempt 100, I would be doing it on a console. Yeah, you get something for getting 100 jumps. I've done it before. I was obsessed with 100% in games when I was a kid. I would sit there. That made Final Fantasy IX the worst. In the first, I don't know, is it like 20 minutes of Final Fantasy IX? You find these little girls doing a little mini game. It's like a jump rope mini game, and the mini game's really hard. You have to like jump rope 300 times in a row or something, and that's your only chance to do it. If you leave town as Vivi, you don't get to try again until like disc 4. So I would sit there and just jump rope for hours and hours and hours until I finally got it. Well, thank you, Jaden. I appreciate that. Being able to jump 100 times in Mario RPG doesn't make me the coolest person ever, though. You should watch some speedrunners, man. I'm not even that good at this game. There are people who are insane at Mario RPG and other similar games. This song is sweet. Bass. Need more of those for sure. Yeah, pretty nice hit there, Mario. Let's see, attack scarf. Once again, that's the one I want. Ah, I missed that. That was on me. No Johns. It's cool, Donkey Kong. Yeah, my nightmare is the Axum Rangers. I'm pretty sure the Axum Rangers were an entire rental cycle for me. You know, I didn't own a lot of games as a kid, I usually rented them. So like, I would rent the game, I would be on the Axum Rangers, I would play it every day. For, you know, the 5-day Blockbuster rental period, I still wouldn't have beaten it. But I got to it eventually. Better at video games these days than I used to be, so I might be able to take them on. What, Jay? Don't just put question marks, man. You gotta tell me what you're responding to. Jay is my nephew. Use your words, as they say. And he's showing his age. He's like, what's a rental? That's right, at the age of 11, Blockbuster has been no more for most of your life, hasn't it? Oh, very good. So Jaden, the way it used to work, there were these stores called Blockbuster. There was also Hollywood Video, some other ones. They let you rent movies and video games. I thought one of those was a star. Ooh, I got robbed in that one. So you could rent a video game for 5 days for like $5 or something like that. So if you were poor, I was very poor growing up, you couldn't afford to buy every game for $50. So instead you would have one game rented out at a time. And that would be how I'd see new games. I'd go to Blockbuster, I'd go to the aisle where all the video games were, and I'd look through them. My mind would be blown when I saw a new game. Now something can be actually said for that, like, you know, these days games are just hyped endlessly. I guess you can try to avoid the hype if you can, but with the internet it's really easy to follow, you know, previews and trailers and stuff like that. So it's really easy to get disappointed. That kind of feeling of discovery when the first time you saw a game is when you saw it on the shelf at Blockbuster and you rented it. You had no idea what you were getting into. Racer? Really? Is that, it's not like armor, is it? I think so. Racer. Raises, oh, one ally's defense, so it's a crystalline, but for one person. I think we can get that. Don't really need it. We got all the frog coin items. Move on. Wait, hold on. Hold up. Now how does that work? Can I like... Oh, that's how. Intentionally jump in the lava. Very good. Does that damage me, I wonder? That didn't look like it. So much swag. Look at all that swag. What you gonna do with all that swag? All that swag inside that bag? Oh, that was not very good. Do better than that. Stump it, huh? Peach is mostly here to be my emergency healer at this point. Spinny, spinny, spinny! Alright. No poison though. That's okay. We still hit everybody. Monster's getting furious. Later, High Riser. I might follow you as well if you're streaming. Good to have you. Catch you later. Can I do that? I can do it in here. I'll do it after the stream. Catch you later though. I need the jump shoes to jump on these guys. Nice dodge. Also nice dodge. This dude's name is like Orlikon? It's gotta mean something in Greek. It looks like a Greek word. I'm too interested. Let me look that up. It's a kind of autocannon. What does it mean though? It's just the name of a company in Germany? Oh, okay. Works for me. Frog monster. I'm wondering if we're going to attempt the 200 lightning strike dodges in Final Fantasy X when we eventually get to that on stream. Oh, this is an instant kill attack if I don't dodge it. Yeah. That's cool. Just means he's at 1 hit point. Oh, did that drop like a firebomb? That would be cool. Fright bomb. Not as cool, but still neat. Take it. Let's get that group hug. Let's run away. Hey, John! How you been, man? Those dudes just automatically die from any special attack. Let's dodge Peach. John, I didn't get to ask you, how mad were you about the Royal Rumble? Like, I know I don't really follow wrestling, but people were mad enough that it showed up on the front page of Reddit, so... What is Psych Bomb? Pretty expensive. Guess we could always give her the Scrooge ring, right? What does she have right now? She's got the experiences. Why don't we swap those? We really don't need Bowser to use his ability too much. Cool. Have fun at work, man. That's what I hear. Press Y repeatedly. That's all I got in me. No, it's not too bad. Given that she has like almost no attacks, that one's it's pretty good. What's up, dude? Dude's a pretty hardcore looking mushroom man. I assume he's a toad. Kino Mart. What's up, man? Sure. Take it. Recognize these? This is your F-Zero and Star Fox reference. There's also, earlier we saw a Zelda reference, and there's a Metroid reference in this game as well. Well, I like the speed boost, but I really don't want Bowser or anyone else to die. Sure, man. What else you got? How am I doing on these items? Let's see. We got just 2 maple syrups. Really don't want the bracers, to be honest. We'll stick with the energizers and the crystallines. Later, Robin. Catch you later. Cool. Oh, I know this save file all too well. We're getting very close to the Axum Rangers. The Czar Dragon too, but it's like you beat the Czar Dragon and you're like, okay, I'm done. No, you're not done. Screw the Axum Rangers. This guy's already pretty tough, then throw another boss right on top of him. So Peach can heal for the low price of 1 flower point now with the screw drain. That's pretty good. These ones are pretty tough to pull off the timing on. Simply because he's moving up and down, so I can't rely on Mario landing in the same spot, you know? Ouch. Helio means sun. Ouch. Maybe I need to kill those next time, holy crap. Don't hit Peach, or hit Mario, hit Mario. No! It's a bad game. Oh, she's still alive. Well, good job, Peach. Proud of you. Shoot. It's hit pretty hard though, so. Mario's doing pretty well, not taking lots of damage. Okay. Why don't we use poison gas and maybe we'll luck out and we'll kill those things before they wipe the party. Spinny, 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 spinny. Okay, good. So those are there basically to reward you for having group attacks. Therapy only costs 1, we can afford it. That's right, we poisoned him. Poison does damage based on a percentage of the enemy's health too, so pretty good. Czar Dragon. Where you ride these guys in Mario World. $16 every time. As soon as the frame requirements get tough, I miss it. Hey, Matt. Matt, I don't know if you have sound on, but did you and Lisa want to do any party games later? I might be able to get some of the folks on stream to join us. You know, Sneakers played with us last week. Now, why does the Czar Dragon have a water blast ability? Alright. Okay, it's like you can miss that and it's not a big deal. Nice dodge. 50. That's pretty good, man. Nice dodge once again. How are we doing on flower points? We're doing fine. I like the skeleton version of this dude. Very nice. We're going to want him to use another syrup on the next attack. Boulder? Storm. It's fine. Use it on Bowser. Bowser tanking the damage first. After this fight, we're going to switch to Mother 3, which means that the next Super Mario RPG is going to open with the Axum Rangers. Pretty cool. I probably should have used some syrup, shouldn't I? Maybe I had just enough. What you gonna do? Yeah, we had enough. That'll be pretty good for this stream title, though. Super Mario RPG playthrough, Axum Rangers. Screw those guys. I'm gonna see someone kill them. Hooray! It's like attack. Gino. Who... his eyes are not on top of his hat. I always thought those were his eyes. Eyes are under his hat. This would make sense. Oh. Oops. Now, I'm sure there are people who've made the mistake there of not backtracking and saving. Alright, so we've learned a very important lesson. Everyone, if you're playing a game on an emulator, if you're gonna use the main saves, make sure you also save state, or at least don't mix them, you know. Alright, give me 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna set up Mother 3 here. Feed the cats so they chill out. The stream might cut out for a second as I update things, but we'll be back up here shortly.